Hi, quick note before we start the video. This is a semi part 2 to my last video I made about Cars Free, one of the greatest movies ever. You don't have to watch the video to understand this one, but I would like if you did because views. So yeah, go watch that video, then come back and watch this. Anyway, enjoy the video. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, spoiler warning for Violet Evergarden, the Violet Evergarden movie. Just everything Violet Evergarden, watch it all. Violet Evergarden is a fucking masterpiece, okay? Every single bit is just great. Just go watch it. Violet Evergarden. This movie came out of buttfuck nowhere. At the same time, I've been waiting for this for years. I finished Violet Evergarden content with how it ended, and I didn't really need more. Or so I thought. There's the expression, you don't know what you got till it's gone, which has nothing to do with this actually. This is more of a, you don't realize what you need until you have it. People lived for millions of years without ever needing the use of a phone, but if you went to your average teenager and said that you're gonna take away their phone for a year, they'd say you're breaking the fucking Geneva Convention. My point being, you can live without a lot of things until you have them, and that's this movie. I really didn't think I needed more Violet Evergarden, but boy was I wrong. So this movie takes place long after the original show, somewhere between 60 to 80 years after. Yeah, I'm sorry, there's a long gap between those, but I'm not mad, Pat. I don't have time to pick apart details in this show to make a coherent timeline that'll probably end up being wrong anyway. Anyway, point is, Violet is dead as fuck by now, and this story is told from the eyes of a little girl, who's the granddaughter of this little girl. Yes, this one little girl from episode 10 of the anime, a fucking genius callback, which sets this story off with the little girl finding the letter she got from her mother every year and thinking, wow, that's so cool, which sparks an interest within her soul, which causes her to go out and figure out the story of Violet Evergarden, the most famous auto memory doll of all time. The story is told bit by bit as the girl finds out more about the story of the auto memory dolls and Violet Evergarden, which is such a unique way to tell a story, because I might get to learn this random girl from the tiny snippets of her you see when the story switches back to the present time to show where her curiosity has taken her now. The actual story she discovers is during the end of Violet's business career, which she is led to with the question of what happened to Violet Evergarden after she quit her job. I'll tell you what happened, bitch. Fucking boom! It's Gilbert. Plot twist built up over years. Violet Evergarden convinced you that this motherfucker is dead just now to reveal that psych bitch, I was alive all along. I straight up flew out of my seat screaming when I saw this motherfucker on the screen. This twist hit like nothing else. In the back of my mind, I had the thought of maybe Gilbert is alive after seeing the poster for the movie, but the amount this show has bashed the idea of him being dead in my head led me to quickly dismiss the idea as, nah, ain't no way. But there is! He's the sexy bastard! He's fucking alive! Oh my god! The story follows Violet Evergarden working as normal until, boom, Gilbert might be alive. This scene, man, this fucking scene, dude. The scene is so quiet, yet so loud. The fucking emotion. I've never felt so connected to a character this scene. Nothing like this has ever happened to me. I've never even lost anyone close to me. Yet I could feel the exact emotion she was feeling. I swear to God, I'd make out with the direction that planned this scene if I could, because man, I felt that. Literally everything about this scene is perfect. You motherfuckers watching this, take notes. This is how you convey emotion, not with any sad music that's designed to make you sad or any over-exaggerated emotion. Just this pure, raw, unfiltered emotion with no one trying to make everything better. No sad music playing, not a sound, just pain. Anyway, moving on. Violet immediately goes to meet Gilbert after crying some more, and then there he is. I can't wait to see Violet and him be happy together. The hug will be fucking legendary. He's not happy. He's not happy. Why isn't he happy? He's supposed to be happy, right? This isn't just me. Like, the second twist of the movie. What the fuck is wrong with this man? This is where it hit me. I don't actually know this man. We've only seen Gilbert from the eyes of Violet, through the eyes of someone who loves him very dearly. Of course her perception of him would be warped. She's not a verified source. Fuck, they taught me fact-checking in 6th grade, god damn it. Gilbert starts talking about himself, pointing out all the faults he did that should have been so obvious that I didn't catch on because I was blinded by Violet's words of affirmation. Sure, he taught her how to read, he taught her how to talk, he gave her a name, but he still used her as a tool. That didn't change. He still took this child to war. Don't get me wrong, Gilbert isn't a bad person, but he isn't as perfect as he was built up to be. I expected a god, but instead came a human, and that makes me so happy. All these characters feel so real. There's no fairy tale of boy meets girl and lives happily ever after. There's no perfect girl that meets the perfect boy. There's a traumatized teenage orphan that was abducted and forced into war at an early age, and an army veteran with no childhood that was pronounced dead for years. What? That fucking hates himself. This scene in the beginning where this man tries to compliment Violet and she absolutely refuses to take the compliment speaks volumes. Violet looks and acts like the perfect human. Through the eyes of everyone around her, she is flawless, but this took me down to remind me that this isn't how humans work. Violet too has flaws, tons of them even, despite seeming like an untouchable god. Anyway, going back on track, Violet tries to talk to Gilbert, who still insists that he doesnn't deserve her, and she cries some more. Violet panics as the kid she worked with before is gonna die. Oh, did I forget to mention him? Well, that's fine, we can just go visit him now. Or not. Anyway, next day, Violet has to go home because she has shit to do, you know? Busy woman. And this is the most heartbreaking shit ever, since this movie has completely thrown me out of whack by completely fucking with every single one of my expectations. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Will she go home without ever meeting Gilbert? I mean, spoiler alert, she doesn't, but I didn't know that. She gives a letter she wrote to Gilbert to one of the kids on the island, and he delivers it to him. It was a beautiful letter, but I won't recite it here, since I'm assuming you watched the movie, if you're watching this, right? Right? Anyway, Gilbert realizes that he fucked up, which calls for a callback, folks. Remember this kid was talking about how Gilbert being fast. This is where that comes in. Another thing that kid should have mentioned were Gilbert's fucking vocal cords. Like, how the fuck do you scream loud enough while running, by the way, for Violet, who is on this boat, to hear? Anyway, Violet doesn't hesitate a second to jump all the way in the water from the boat while Gilbert is busy rolling down a mountain like a fucking dumbass. And now comes incredible scene number 2. Violet Evergarden has always been known for its emotion, and this just further proves that. This scene goes on for what feels like a lifetime of just pure emotion. I've never heard such perfect dialogue in a movie before, and this dialogue is perfect because of how imperfect it sounds. Gilbert just keeps repeating lines like a broken record. Meanwhile, Violet is trying her hardest to speak. It just goes on and on, both just crying, probably freezing as well since they're completely soaked. Violet tries to say something, but the tears are silencing her. This moment is everything. Yet again, I have to tell you to take fucking notes. This is how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. Violet Evergarden retires to live on the island with Gilbert, and that's where the story ends. There's no more Violet Evergarden, and it couldn't have ended better. Man, all my favorites just be ending left and right this year. There's even a Madoka Magica movie coming out that's probably gonna be the last, and a Kona Super season, which could also very well be the last. Will all my favorite shows really end? Anyway, I watched this movie and I just sat there. The entire end credits rolled down while I was still fully soaking in what I just experienced, and all I had to say was, that is easily the greatest movie I've ever seen.